Good morning, guys. How are we all doing? So I'm Dan from Trading with Dan. This is our Bitcoin morning update. So if you guys wouldn't mind smashing that like button, and we shall go straight over to those Bitcoin charts. So yeah, Bitcoin on the 4 hour. I believe yesterday we were talking about how we'd lost this horizontal. The next level was basically 60k that we'd had drawn in, and yeah, that's pretty much where we got down to. Yeah, pretty much down to 60k, and bounced off that level, and have thus far found ourselves back above our previous horizontal to the upside, which obviously that is good. It's good that we're above this old support, new resistance, because now it can become a new support, old resistance. But yeah, I mean, we can pretty much see we've got this series of lower highs in here at the moment. So if we do see a break of this trend line, however, wherever we want to draw it exactly, if we do say break of this trend line, we could get a nice acceleration back up, potentially taking out the high. And then well, coming up to some of our next targets. Obviously breaking the trend line would be the first step. Taking out this high would be the second step, and obviously third step taking out this high, and then we would be in price discovery again. Obviously that doesn't have to happen. This could just be a little bit of a fake out above this horizontal, just to tap the actual trend line to then get rejected to come back down, potentially take out this low and come down and test the 58k level. That could be what's happening. So again, we just have to play it level by level, breakout by breakout, 4 hour close by 4 hour close. Obviously plenty of time left to go in this 4 hour candle, 3 hours of it. So yeah, at a potential election point then here for the next move. I mean, if we go back below 62,000, then yeah, we could be revisiting 60,000 and then potentially 58,000. If we, well, realistically, we could just call it well, basically about where we are. If we for the sake of clarity, we could call it 63k. If we basically close this candle anywhere near 63k, that could potentially trigger a move up to take out 64k, and then onwards and upwards. Obviously it's the weekend. It goes without saying, I expect basically sideways ranging price action, awaiting our instructions, awaiting our destruction. I thought I was going to say then, awaiting our instructions from Finance 1.0 and their traditional markets when they open. But yeah, weekend price action. I mean, if we're going to realistically have a move over this weekend, you would guess it would be to the upside. But yeah, obviously we've got clear levels to watch out for. Over to our all-important Ethereum Bitcoin chart, looking very, very good. Had a pretty nice wick down into this zone and got very nicely supported and brought back up. This obviously consolidating at this high is clearly bullish, consolidating above this whole major resistance zone that I had drawn in, that I thought could potentially give us a bit more trouble than it did, but we just blasted straight through it. But yeah, that obviously looking good. So yeah, I mean, basically this has a bullish bias, doesn't it? And if this gets moving, we are looking at pretty lofty target. If this gets moving from this level, we are looking at, as you can see, pretty big moves. So I'm not gonna price do the drawing tool, because I have done it a few times, but we are looking at like 60+% move on Ethereum versus Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin is also going up, then actual against USD value, that is some pretty savage moves, some wife-changing gains there. But yeah, the USD pairing looking good as well, as you can see, trying to take out this horizontal but getting supported. So it's bullish until it isn't. The trend is your friend until the end. And yeah, this is clearly not looking too bad. Bitcoin dominance, look at it. I mean, I know I had that little rant about other people saying it looking like we're going to go back up into the 70s here. And the only reason I really brought it up is not because they were wrong, but just because it's just so spectacularly gone in the opposite direction. So I felt after I did the video yesterday, basically just going on about it, I felt potentially I needed really to clarify why I was going on about it so much, just because it's like, it's always funny when, it's not, yeah, I guess it is funny when someone makes a call and it just goes like instantly spectacularly wrong. And trust me, I've made those calls before in the past, and like you just have to laugh at yourself. You just have to laugh at yourself and just be like, well, got that one wrong. But yeah, there you go. Just look at it. Basically, this is what I mean. This is what I mean. If you were like sat here saying, right, we're coming back into the 70%, and then this happens, you just like, you just basically, see if you just basically just want to bury your head in the sand, don't you? But anyway, like I've said though, we are coming down. We are coming down to levels where we could get a pretty significant bounce. Nothing comes down in a straight line. At some point, it just depends from what level. We are going to get a pretty significant bounce in this, and Bitcoin is going to massively outperform most alts in that period, and some alts are potentially going to get hammered. Maybe not against USD value, if obviously that move comes at the same time Bitcoin is maybe catapulting its way into deep into the 60Ks, maybe into the 70Ks. Obviously USD value of these alts can do okay, but I mean the Satoshi pairing is going to struggle. It is going to struggle to keep up. So stock markets, look at it go. We are in a Ludwig von Mises crack up boom here. Clearly, anyone that tells you otherwise is just basically a stupid Keynesian. And we all subscribe to the Austrian School of Economics here, don't we? Because it's the one that basically makes the most sense. But yeah, we'll just look at it go. Not really much else we need to say. Look at the DXY. It is probably, I mean, you would guess it's going to lose its level next week and find itself with well, potentially next week find itself with a 90 handle. And also the what else was that? Also gold and silver obviously having a bit of a reaction against this also. Well, not against this, but yeah, because of this, obviously dollar going down, these going up. These are having obviously sort of the opposite reaction. Gold, as you can see, catapulting its way basically through our zone. Yeah, I mean, this area was basic. I was saying at the time as we were coming down, this area around 1690. Obviously, we came a little bit lower. Around 1690 was a big buy level for gold. Not necessarily to reverse the trend, but I was targeting this area at the very least. And obviously, at that point, I was like, well, at this point, we'd either break it and then continue upwards, or we get rejected and then continue downwards. It was just likely we were going to come and back test this level, which we pretty much almost did straight away. Just lost it, came back down, tested the bottom again, and then we did hit it properly. So looking constructive for gold. Yeah, just looking constructive for gold. Obviously, this is a very slow horse in this race. I forgot which guy it was, which hedge fund manager it was that's basically buying Bitcoin because it's the fastest horse in the race. His name escapes me. Yeah, all looking good, all looking good here. Nasdaq even as you can see, finally getting to breaking these highs. Obviously we know this was a laggard. I mean, if we just look at, this is the relative level for the Dow Jones. This is well, actually down. I think no, Russell is still underperforming. I haven't looked at the Russell for a while. As you can see, yeah, definitely struggling here, but looking to, I mean, you would expect it to get dragged up, but obviously it's not above its highs, and clearly, obviously, we know we can see the S&P up there as well. Anything else you want to look at? Dogecoin. Yeah, what can we say about the craziness that is Dogecoin? It's just taken on a life of its own, hasn't it? Yeah, there we go. I mean, there you go. What else can we say? Let's have a look at the stochastics now. What are they saying? Are they going to give us this break up over this weekend? Break off this trend line, break well to new highs and on into some price discovery. I mean, the next levels we are looking at are basically around the 68K's levels if we do start to make another leg up. 4 hour, as you can see, looking good. A nice bullish reset on the way back up. A 10 hour, 10 hour, the one that always loads slowly no matter what. So this is still this is still coming down. This can still obviously give us downward pressure. 12 hour could give us downward pressure clearly. Daily flopping around a bit, and then obviously everything above that looking okay basically. So I mean, it does kind of play into the usual what I would say of just ranging upwards and downwards wiki price action over the weekend. That is potentially what we can be looking at. I mean, I would expect we are going to take out this, have a nice wick somewhere into this region, and then get sold back down, find our way back here, maybe come back down to 60k again, and just have some fun and games in this zone over the weekend. That is pretty much what I would guess. But obviously, if we do break up, get some closes above, well above this high, call it 64k, then we will highly likely be looking at some squeezing to the upside price action. But again, levels all clearly there. We'll actually draw in this one because this one is important. Here we go, draw this one in. So yeah, above here, potential acceleration through these highs. So yeah, that is it, guys. Hope you guys have all had a fantastic week. Welcome to the weekend. Hope you guys have got some exciting plans. And yeah, that is it, guys. Remember, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research, and I shall speak to you guys soon.